Well, good morning, folks. Have your attention, please. Sorry to interrupt good conversation. Welcome along to the Harcourts Gold auction rooms here at number 471 Papanui Road. By way of introduction, my name is Mark Morrison. I'll be one of 5 auctioneers, in fact, taking the rostrum today throughout today's catalogue of some 20 properties. Before I take you to the first of our 20 today, I do wish you a very good morning, as I said. Just to note, we've already had a really strong week with 2 brought forward auctions on Tuesday. 6 Winford and 2 bar 57 Elizabeth Street, both brought forward. Jessica Downey and Debbie Sober representing those 2 properties. Ironically, both brought forward at $520,000 and both selling at $520,000. So already a really strong start here in the Harcourts Gold auction room this week. Moving to today's program, I would like to firstly acknowledge and thank our owners. We thank you for your presentation, for your ease of access, but most importantly for your choice and agency. We appreciate that there is choice out there in the marketplace, some of it questionable, but certainly you've made the right decision in choosing to work with the great team here at Harcourts Gold. Let me introduce you to some of the team who are here to help guide and assist you throughout today's program. Across the far side of the room, Chris Kennedy, business owner here at Harcourts Gold. Also fellow auctioneer will be jumping up and down from the rostrum throughout today's program. Also fellow auctioneers, Daniel Pengelly, Sandra O'Brien is floating around. Also Philip McGoldrick will be joining us very shortly. A number of our managers from around the gold franchise are here to help and assist you should you need it. I've got Jane Meyer on my left. I have Margaret Danza just standing alongside Chris Kennedy from our Redwood office just up the road. As I scan the room, I check the room. Doug Soper's somewhere from our east side. Henry Cochrane, there you are, from our Papanui office. And also Naomi Burge just at the rear, also here in the Papanui office. I hope I haven't missed anyone else. I'll be in huge trouble. What I do know is that Kat, she drives all the technology that you see up on the screen, so she keeps us auctioneers on our toes. And you can also just keep tabs on everything up there on the screen as we move throughout today's program. Now, I know the team here at Harcourts Gold would have made all the relevant documentation for today's proceedings available to you. That's the LIM, the title, and the contract from which we work from. That's been approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and the Auckland District Law Society. Now, let me take you to that contract now. There are a few important details that we must cover. First and foremost, it won't surprise you that our owners have set confidential reserve prices. Your job as the bidders today, I think, is the most simple one. It's to get the bidding up to those reserve prices, and assuming we can work together to do that, the highest bid, whose bid that I or any of the other auctioneers accept, will very simply be the purchaser today. Now, I always suggest that you bid quickly and confidently and hold that highest bid, because our owners do reserve the right to withdraw the property at any stage as per clause 2.6 in the contract. I'm just a little bit out of breath today, so I'm just going to catch my breath very shortly. Now, vendor bids may be something that you've heard of from time to time. Vendor bids, if we place them, they're always well under that reserve price, and always under the reserve price. And if we do place one, we'll be very clear. Chris, are you able just to come on up? Just to, you all right? Yeah, sorry. You're able to carry it forward just for a moment. Is that all right?
All right, let's just take you back to those terms and conditions, ladies and gentlemen. And our auctioneers have the exclusive right to bid on behalf of our owners, and should they do that, be assured it'll be well south of the reserve price and be clearly identified with terminology such as vendor bid. Now, as Mark said, our owners reserve the right to withdraw the property from sale before it's sold without declaring the reserve price. What that refers to is that if we don't reach our reserve, we're simply going to pause. We're going to pause and have a conversation with the highest bidder. Upon those conversations, we'll come back into the room. We'll announce one of several things: that our buyers or our sellers may or may not have altered their instructions. Our sellers may or may have altered their instructions and say that we are on the market and may or may not be selling. The third and final term of that, we may come back into the room and say that our owners have exercised their right under 2.6 of the contract. They've withdrawn the property from sale and sold it outside the room. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time. Should you wish to be spoken to, you need to hold that highest bid, and we will in fact talk to you first. Now, if a dispute arises concerning any bid, we'll simply determine that dispute or re-offer the property at the last undisputed bid. Now, should the hammer fall in your favour, you'll be required to do several things. Firstly, sign the memorandum recording the sale, in other words, the contract. Pay a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price. and complete the GST information in Schedule 1. They are the rules and regulations in which you bid and buy for today, buyers. Cash and unconditional is your bidding today. We have some 20 properties to be offered this morning for your competitive and spirited bidding. We were going to start with a brought forward at the beginning of the day. However, we've been asked just to delay that due to family restrictions. So we'll be calling that around about 10:30. That's number 11 Neru Place. If you are here to bid for that property, we are going to move forward with our catalogue as soon as I get the run on Mark to see if he's all right. He's calling our first option being 57 Buckhurst Avenue in Wigram. So we'll be up with that very, very shortly. Margaret, is Mark all right, or do you think we should just move forward with our catalogue?
I think we should move forward with catalogue.
All right, I might invite Mr. Phil McGoldrick up if you're all set to go, Phil.
Well, I have to check with Harrison.
If you could just check with Harrison. We'll put some bidding music on, I think, and we'll just sort that out, get you ready to place some bids, and we'll be right into it.
Alrighty folks, thank you very much for your patience working alongside me here today. I'm all set to go. 57 Buckhurst is where we head for our first of the day. Out there in Wigram, Mr. Nick Dwan, where are you, Nick? You've been representing this property over the last few weeks and doing a sterling job, I might add, looking after our lovely owners here at number 57. Let me take you through the formalities, steer you through the formalities of this one for the very last time. Today you gain an estate and freehold, 425 square metres of that freehold parcel. Lot 176, deposit plan is 446871, all outlined in that certificate of title that Nick's been making available to you. Schedule 2 that outlines the list of chattels that you receive by way of that purchase price and your further terms for clause 23, so nice and easy on this one here today. As Chris would have alluded to before, your bidding is cash and unconditional in all respects. Well, this is an absolutely perfect position, a perfect home in my perspective. There's everything that you need and absolutely nothing that you don't here at number 57. It's a home that's got a very, very sunny disposition to it, and that light just fills and spills so beautifully into the home. The grass, absolutely immaculate. That's absolute testament to our owners and the presentation. That'll be a beautiful place to call home and a beautiful place to just kick back and relax on those weekends. The separation of those bedrooms just means you've got the master at the front and you've got the two other bedrooms there. So nice separation if you need a little bit of time away from the kids, but at the same time everyone can come back together in that living space and work so nicely together. I think the location's a huge big tick here, no doubt about that. Nice and easy to get down to Black and White for a coffee, and you've got Wigram School nice and close by for the kids as well. So folks, my instructions today are very, very simple. That's to open up the bidding at $650,000. And we move forward from there. Who's got 25 to go? Oh, straight out of the blocks. There we go at 675. Nice to see you and good luck at $675,000. 700 makes sense. Just rounding you off at 700. Thank you, CC. Beg your pardon?
720.
720. Nicely done. At 720,000. And what's the retort, the rebuttal, the rise?
740.
On the window.
740 at the back. Where was it? Make yourself known to me. Thank you, Nick.
760.
And 760, you got to be quick here for good property at 760. CC, don't miss out at 760. It's here with my starter. Looking for 80, or does someone just go straight to 800? First chance at 760.
780.
780, and sir? No, you're right. Okay, it's a good property at 790. Thank you, Chris. At 790 and $800,000. This is fun. 820, strong and robust bidding today at 820,000. Once.
830.
830, I have.
835.
835, cutting me back. At $835,000 for the first time, I call it.
850.
At 850, can't pick the pattern, but come back at 870. First, don't say no now. Just trying to help you into your future home. But at 850, I have. First chance down the front. Where do you see value north of there? Perhaps 5 on. Second call. Up and down. Better for the neck muscles. Better way to get your name on the title. At 850, I have. Now keep working with your clients at the rear. At 850. On my second call. Number 57. What's it worth to you now, but what's it worth to you in the future, more importantly? Third call, I put you on notice. At 850, it's away from you. Second place, not the place to be in these auctions. At 850, I have down the front. Jane Meyer, our manager, coming in to offer an opportunity, I suspect, at $850,000. Would you put a little $2,000 on? $850 I have. CC and J working hard with some clients, not at a level where we can sell today. Looking for an increase. Can you improve your position? Perhaps through to 860. Yes? Jay's nodding. Would you like to bid more, Jay? Easy to spend other people's money, isn't it? We're going to pause, Jane. Look, I put our underbidders on notice. All rights transfer here. Looking for a bid, even if it's $2,000. Happy to work with you just to keep things rolling. Otherwise, we pause and have a conversation here. Once, twice. Third and final, clause 2.6 may come into play. Well, then we just pause. We pause at 850, J and CC with your clients, pausing at 850,000. Put some bidding music on. I understand I'm going to hand over to Phil McGoldrick. We're going to head forward to 40 Wicker Street next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep moving with this fabulous catalogue. My name's Phil McGoldrick. I work alongside my good friend and colleague, Harrison Joseph. Harrison, a very good morning to you, and particularly a very warm welcome and good morning to your owners. So nice to renew my contact with them and with Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms, of course. Harrison has made freely available all necessary documentation, the centrepiece of which is the contract, and that contract describes this fabulous home and opportunity at 40 Wicker Street as a freehold parcel. The area of the parcel we passed today is 680 square metres more or less. There's a fabulous list of chattels included in your consideration today. No changes to those included in your draft. The only other detail I tell you is having paid 10% today, balance needs to be paid on the 27th of January. But I think some of you have secured some different dates, and owners are very relaxed about that as well. Look, it's not the first time I've worked with these very good owners, and this confirms for me the adept property touch. They've taken number 40 during their very happy tenure to a really new level. Ray Hawthorne, the architect, I'm sure the original creators of the home would be very, very proud of the work that these good people have done. They've worked with the very best in trade. This property just belongs in Wicker Street, which is one of the most coveted in Christchurch. Looks as though it's been there forever. It's enveloped in very charming gardens. Ben McMaster's been the person who's had a lot of influence in that. But inside, the work has been done so comprehensively and so tastefully. I love the floor plan, Harrison. So much living area. Little spaces for everyone. Nice big family living area. The room out the front of the garden, that's got so many uses. And of course, as you come in, there's a media room, a homework room. It's got a myriad of uses as well. Impeccable, superb street, wonderful opportunity. It's all here for you today. For sale, seriously, who starts the bidding? Well, that worked well. Where do you see value, buyers? This is your time, this is your opportunity. Won't sell at 1.5. You wouldn't expect that. 1.5 is a vendor bid. And where do we go from here, buyers? 1.6. Candice, nice to have you in the room at 1.6. 1.6 the bid to be. First call at $1,600,000. Quality offer. Second call at $1,600,000 only. Third call at $1,600,000. Candice, I'll take one vendor bid. That's me out 1.7. I won't sell it at 1.7. You know the rules of auction. Continue and I'll talk with you privately if no one else bids. I'm at 1.7 on behalf of my owners. First call then at 1.7. Quality and value at the left. Second call, 1.7. Third call, any more? At 1,700,000, I'm on a vendor bid. I'll make that very clear. At 1.7. Put a little bit on the top, Candice. 10, that's all right. Disrespectful to take any more vendor bids. I won't sell at 1.710. We'll have a nice little chat unless there's better in the room at 1,710,000. I count it down. Opportunity may disappear. First call at 1,710,000. Second call then at 1.710. Third and final call. Candice, you're the only bidder in the room at this stage. I clearly can't sell. Can we find some private space, Margaret, perhaps for these good people? And we'll come and offer the opportunity. Auction is open at 1.710.
Well, kia ora and good morning, everybody. It's exciting that we're having a bit of drama here in the gold auction rooms. I'm normally the one that brings that, so I'm glad the spotlight is on someone else today. We're going to 109A Percival Street in Rangiora, ably brought to the market by Andrew Swift and Melena Bartlett. All ready to go, team? Good. Fantastic. Legally described as an estate in freehold, comprising some 361 square metres on lot 1. All contained and described on the record of title that Andrew and Melena have made readily available to you. Settlement, when you can take over this beautiful new home, is 15th of December 2022 or any other date that you have mutually agreed in writing with our owners. Now, I take it that you have read and understood clauses 23 through to 25. You bid, you buy on that basis. Now, bidding today is GST inclusive, so what you're bidding is what you pay. I take it that you have read the list of chattels. They remain unchanged. Now, let's take a last look before I offer this property to market. Now, I believe the delight in the devil is in the detail. It was quite a delight to turn up to this home. And I have to say, you can judge something fairly quickly when you walk into the sort of entryway in the foyer, and you know it's not just a small hallway. It's actually nice and wide, so that you can be in there, as well as that nice little welcome table, so you can have your plate with the keys on it, and that bowl of ornamental balls. I don't know why you have those, other than to prove to your friends that you are a better human being than they are. Now, you walk then into the kitchen with that beautiful long bench. I can't believe in a 3-bedroom home that you could fit 5 people at this bench for your mimosas and your Bellini, once again proving that you are the better human than your friends.
This beautiful kitchen has got the detail. They've got the wide set placement for the fridge so you can have the double fridge with the ice dispenser. And at the end of the kitchen, the boys have put this beautiful detail into the bifold window opening up to the barbecue area that's not only covered, but has its own skylight. Once again, to highlight that you're a better barbecuer and human being than your guests. You can walk through the beautiful 3 double bedrooms. I love the master suite, huge bedroom, the nice walk-in robe, but then that fully tiled bathroom with the French doors outside in the double bedroom. It's very rare that I've come across a 3-bedroom home up to this spec. So this is your opportunity to nail yourself a highly detailed, highly made home. I simply opened the bidding for your opportunity to get in this close to Rangiora Township at $650,000. $650,000 on a vendor bid with me, looking for $25,000 on the rise. You shouldn't be hesitating. This is a beautiful home that I think people will be fighting for. If it doesn't sell today, you will be fighting conditional offers left, right and centre. I've talked too much, I've stunned you, you've gone silent. There's an option, it's a conversation. I'll make a vendor bid $650 with me first time, looking for $25,000. There's $675 in the room. Second time at $650. Third time. Well, I'm surprised there is, as I said, there's conditional interest outside the room. Today's your chance to get in the room and talk with unconditional cash. You have the advantage today. Minutes wander down from Victoria Square in the centre of Rangiora. I simply advance the bidding to $675 on another vendor bid. Not for sale at this price. Obviously worth more. At this price, I'll sell you something in Linwood. But you're in the centre of Rangiora. First time at $675. Second time, looking for $25,000 on the rise. Third time at $675. Well, I advanced the bidding to $700,000 on a vendor bid. Clearly better than this. Happy to take a 10. 700,000 bids with me. First time. Second. Third time. Well, I'm surprised. I'm stunned. I'm going to advance to the 710. Can't sell at this price. I'm going to have to take it up further because it's worth more than this, and I need to let you know that. I need to let the market know that. I advanced to $750 on a vendor bid. First time, second time, third time at $750. I advance it one final time to $780,000 on a vendor bid. Clearly worth more than this. First time, second time, third time at $780. Well, Andrew and Milena, I'm surprised. I pass it back to your capable hands. I know that at this price there is conditional interest outside the room. So we will I pass back to you for the conditional market and people can battle it out. Best of luck. Best of luck, Mark and Peter. I know that this is a beautiful home and I think you're going to get a great result. Of course, now we'll have some auction music and we will resume shortly. Heartland, Fendleton 40, Wicker Street. I left the room with my bidders bid at $1,710,000. At this stage, I haven't made any progress on that bid at $1,710,000. So my instruction from my owner at this point is please just pass the property in at $1,710,000. Clearly, we will continue to work with our highest bidder. But if you're here with any interest in the room, my suggestion is really record that with Harrison as soon as you can. Owners are very, very motivated and very keen to sell today. Good luck to them and good luck to you if you have that interest. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Phil. Good luck for the rest of your day. I know you've got a busy day of options. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back. I take you back in our campaign to take you forward this morning to our offering at number 11 Neru Place in Cashmere. Now, normally we would work under confidential reserve prices. I wouldn't be placing any vendor bids and so forth. I should say. Today's auction has been brought forward on the basis that our owners have received a pre-auction offer. Now, shortly I'm going to go through the formalities of the property. I'm going to give you a brief description about the property. I'll announce what that pre-auction offer is. I'll give you time to take that on board. I'll give you time to digest that. And then, of course, we'll look for some competitive bidding. Given that our pre-auction offer is, in actual fact, our reserve, at that point, we are on the market. We do sell. I won't be placing any vendor bids. I won't be withdrawing the property from sale and selling it outside the room. And I won't be limiting you on your bidding. So be on notice, buyers. We're on the market and we sell when I announce that pre-auction offer. Cameron Bailey, Brendan Hart, they've taken you down that driveway of due diligence. They've filled your inboxes with all of the relevant information to enable you to be here today. Cameron, Brendan, all set to go? Wonderful to have you guys in the auction room, and clearly a wonderful campaign given the fact that it has been brought forward. The property itself, though, it's more formally described as number 11 Neru Place, Cashmere in Christchurch City. This is, in fact, a cross-lease and freehold. It is on flat 1, deposited plan 64260, and elevated balcony with flat 1, deposited plan 64260, and that's all on lot 4, deposited plan 45824. You'll find that contained and described in Certificate of Title, Volume 37C, Folio 597 of the Canterbury Land Registry. You're bidding today, that's GST inclusive, so what you bid is what you pay. We take that you have read, you've understood clauses 23, 24. You bid, you buy on that basis, and as we've said all day, cash and unconditional is your bidding. No change to the chattels list. I won't go through that. That's as been circulated. Possession, settlement date, that's the day your life just gets a whole lot better. That's set down for the 28th of February 2023, or any other such date that may have been mutually agreed upon in writing. Gosh, Neru Place, number 11. This has clearly been built to a standard, and I would suggest not a budget. This is a wonderful, wonderful home in what I deem to be a stunning location on the lower hills of Cashmere, offering you that magnificent zoning to Cashmere Primary, Cashmere High. We know that's going to be the education hub of Canterbury. It's very, very sought after, and of course, if setting your little ones up for the future is on your radar, then it doesn't get much better here in Cashmere. It really is a fabulous offering. I love the fact that you wander into the property and it's over several levels. I love the mix of hard and soft surfaces, the multiple living spaces that flow seamlessly while offering formal and informal spaces. The kitchen, nothing short of divine. It really is superb. That flow out onto that decking area, the balcony area, that is just stunning. Of course, you sit back, you can watch the world go by, you can enjoy fresco dining, evening barbecues, just stunning. And for the car fanatics or those that just like a shed to put stuff in, we've covered it all here. You've got one up with 2 double car garaging and one below off the lane with double garaging as well. It really just offers you a myriad of options. It rests 4, it bathes 2, and it parks up to 6. It's a fabulous offering a beautiful home. It really is a stunning offering. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a pre-auction offer that is acceptable to our owners at $1,150,000. We give you time to take that on board. We're on the market and we sell at $1,150,000. Is it 10 on from there, perhaps?
Another 5 here.
Beautiful. Welcome to the bidding. Hope to see you at the end. There you go. 11.55 is the call, and it's not quite there at the moment, but 1,155,000. 1,065,000. 1,165,000 bid now. 11.65's called at $1,165,000. I look for 5 on the rise if you like. Stay in the 5s at 1,165,000. We're on the market, we sell. It's a beautiful opportunity. Multiple garaging, multiple living at $1,165,000. Cracking good location, beautiful zoning. First call at $1,165,000. Happy to take a 5. 5 for your future. Second call at $1,165,000. I'll take a 1. Take a 1. One last lunge for the keys. Second call at $1,165,000. 66. Thank you. 7. 67. Go 8. At $1,667's the bid. 1,167,000. 11.67. First call at $1,167,000. Another one. Second call. Another one. Smile tells me there could be a little bit more there. Second call at $1,167,000. Third final call at $1,167,000. Permission to sell. Happy to go back to the open home trail. I'm going to sell it at $1,167,000. Thank you for your bidding. Good luck. Hold tight. Delighted to announce 11 Neru Place. It's going. It's going. It is gone and sold your way. Well done. Well bought. Well bought. Keep working with Brendan. I'm sure he'll find you something. We'll take a short break and come back to you very, very shortly.
Folks, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. I take us back to 57 Buckhurst Avenue out in Wicker, and we saw good bidding just earlier through to $850,000 at 57 Buckhurst Avenue. We've had some really positive discussions out in the back rooms, and the conclusion of those discussions is that our owners have exercised their right under clause 2.6 in the contract, and they have withdrawn the property from the auction room and sold it outside of the room. So congratulations to our new owners, congratulations to our current custodians, all the very best. We are going to now move straight on, if we may, to number 5 in your catalogue, 22 Croft Street in Fendleton. Cameron Bailey already had good success here in the auction rooms. Good luck here at number 22. This is an estate and freehold that you secured today. 754 square metres of that freehold parcel. It's all outlined in that certificate of title. Monday the 30th of January of next year is the day your will gets a whole lot better than it already is, because that's the day you get the keys, you get to move in. Schedule 2 outlines the list of chattels that you receive by way of that purchase price. They are lengthy and impressive in their detail. Those further terms of sale are clauses 23, 24, 25 and 26. Your bidding is cash and unconditional, and it is based on all of that information that you would have been reading in the agreement from top to bottom. Number 22, Croft. I think this is a huge, big welcome to your happily ever after. This is a stunning and sensational contemporary residence in every sense of the word, or in every sense of the phrase. From the moment you step inside this one, you know that you're stepping into something very, very special. There are places and there are spaces for every occasion, every situation, every family gathering, or every quiet moment that you might want to enjoy in this one to yourself. I think the pool at the back, that's a guaranteed friend finder. People will want to come and see you. They'll want to come and have a swim in those warmer months that we've got to look forward to. On the accommodation front, flexibility up and down in terms of the after hours accommodation is always a plus. Education, if that's important to you, in the Golden Triangle here, in zone for boys and girls, as well as Burnside High School. I don't think it gets too much better than this. Always the sought after street, Croft Street. Folks, what I'm going to do is open the bidding at $2.2 million on a vendor bid at $2.2 million. Perhaps someone's got 2.3 for me to kick things underway. Don't all bid at once. So I scan the room. 2.2 I start away, vendor bid, looking for 2.3. Absolute quality. Best way to improve your memory is to buy an unforgettable house. This has got to be it. First chance on that vendor bid at 2.2 even. For you cash buyers, the best in the room. There could be a young bidder here down the front. Twice. Apprentice, yeah. Heir to the throne potentially. Second chance at 2 million too. Third and final on that vendor bid at 2.2. Look, I'll take 50,000 anywhere in the room if it's there. Happy to work in your ambitious 50s, but at 2.2 vendor bid, if I don't see a bid north of there, I'm just simply going to pass the property back into Cameron's very capable hands and the apprentice. At 2.2, we're done, out, silent. Well, folks, very, very good. Clearly worth much more than that. This is quality real estate in a quality location here at 2 million too. If you've got interest north of that level, and you should, Cameron Bailey is the gentleman that you need to be speaking to. Good luck, Cameron. Good luck to our owner that we represent. All the best in your endeavours moving forward. And I'm going to have a little break, and we're going to move on to Winchester. Sandra O'Brien, I understand, will take us to Winchester Street very shortly.
Let's keep things moving along this morning, folks. I'm Sandra O'Brien. Wonderful to join the auctioneers this morning at the podium. Next we have 2/25 Winchester Street, and that's located in that wonderful suburb of Merivale. Proudly brought to the market by Mike Franklin. Mike, you're all good to go this morning? And we welcome our lovely owner, Jim, who is on the phone this morning. This property is more formally described as a cross-lease freehold parcel of an 8 share of some 994 square metres, more or less, on Flat 2 and Carport 2, Deposited Plan 35681. Now that's all contained and identified in the Certificate of Title CB15B 464. Now I won't go through Schedule 2, that contains a list of chattels which you've been obviously looking at over the past few weeks, that hasn't changed. And further terms of sale, well, we take that you have read and understood those, clauses 23 through to 24.5. Someone's eager to get a hand in their ear down there. The settlement date is set for the 9th of December 2022 or any other such date that may have been mutually agreed upon in writing prior to your commencement of bidding today. Now, if you wish to live in Merivale and you can't quite stretch to the 2 million plus bracket, then this one's got to be you. Or you may be seeking an investment where it's all about location, location, location. Whatever your need, this ground floor unit is a cracker. And what an opportunity. Sunny, north facing with a wee courtyard. And if you enjoy your own company, you'll be right at home here. But there's also room for those of you who prefer a companion. Now I note there's a carport, but I would suggest given this property's prime location, there'll be no need for taking your car out. It will be used more at that carport for storage than anything else, as you'll be walking to the nearby Hagley Park, Carlton Mill and Merivale Precinct. Single, appealing and very available. Does sound a bit like Tinder, but this one you can hang your hat on. My instructions are to open the bidding at 320,000 and we look for your rise in 20 from there. Is it 340 anywhere in the room? Everyone goes very quiet and looks at their shoelaces. 320,000, the bid is with me on a vendor bid. Looking for 20. At these levels, there should be lots of hands in the air. Wonderful opportunity. First call at 320. Second, third, final call. Well, I'll simply advance the bidding to north 20,000 to 340. Clearly, the owner sees value above that level. 340,000 with me on a vendor bid. Now, there's probably no need for the bank of mum and dad at these levels, folks. This is something you can do on your own. Enter that property ladder, get onto it, into the market. 340,000 with me. I'll call it away 3 times, looking for 360 for the want of 20. First call, second, third, final call. Well, I don't hesitate to advance it forward on $360,000 bid. If I see no bidding at all, we'll simply hand the property back and look for interest in the conditional market. If for the want of a mere $1,000, I suggest you put your hand up and deal with us unconditionally. We can have a chat. I'll call it away 3 times. If for 1,000 anywhere in the room, at 360, once the money, twice the call, and thrice at 360,000. Well, I simply pass the property back, Mike. I know you have conditional interest to work with outside the room. I'm sure that you will have Jim's property sold in no time at all. Wish you well and to your lovely owner. Thank you.
quick update for you. I appreciate your patience here. We are going to move on to 4/28 Pierre Street, which is our next property, our next opportunity in the program. We are just waiting on a signature on some last minute paperwork before we're able to proceed, but we are running fairly well on time. So as soon as we're able, we'll be moving into Pierre Street, and then we'll be moving into our 11 a.m. time slot, the first of which will be 12C Memorial Avenue. So thank you for your patience. We'll be back in just a few moments. Folks, once again, thank you so much for your patience. We are now able to move forward to 4/28 Pierre Street in Upper Riccarton. The big man in real estate, Mr. Marco Lachlan, he's been representing this property, this opportunity, and meeting and greeting you over recent weeks. Mark, good luck to you, good luck to our owners that we represent here in Pierre Street. Today you gain in estate, in a cross lease and freehold, all of the legal documentation, all of the legal details, I should say, is in that legal documentation, that certificate of title that Mark's been making available to you. Friday the 9th of December of this year is the conjoined settlement and possession date, so not too long to wait. Schedule 2 outlines a brief list of chattels that must be said, but that is A-OK with me. Those further terms of sale, clauses 23 and 24, I should say, you would have read and noted them towards the rear of the agreement. Folks, this is a clear case of opportunity knocking here in Pierre Street. But to me, it's the location that makes a whole lot of sense here, be it the secondary school education with Villa Marie College just across the road, university students potentially, if you're looking for a great investment, you're looking for the offspring to have a great place to call home through their university years, potentially have a friend in there as a flatmate, then this would be a wonderful one. You've got the convenience of Bush Inn, all the very, very cool eateries there, and at the church corner shops as well, just a hop, skip and a jump away. Look, it's been modernised over the years, well insulated, and being the rear of 4 means that your peace and privacy is all but assured. Folks, Pierre Street, we just need to work out its value today. We begin that debate for ownership. We do that by way of an opening bid or offer. Who'd like to start me away? Call for your opening bids, opening offers. Where do you see it today, folks? Sometimes the crowd is polite and respectful, which is nice. However, we need your participation. Is there $370,000 anywhere in the room? Expect the barrage of bids at $370,000. Was that a bid from the young one? Yes. It'd be a good entry into the property ladder at $370,000. Look, I just start things underway then at $370,000, I should say. $370,000 on that vendor bid with me. Clearly worth more than that. Perhaps someone's got 20 on from the I look for $390,000. I scan the room, I check the room, looking for 20 on from my $370,000. First chance at Pierre Street. Overwhelmingly convenient in this location. Twice called for that rear of 4 in the block. At $370,000, looking for 20, just for that first conversation, that first opportunity to own today. You're the best buyers here, you're cash and unconditional buyers today, premium buyers. You need to put your hand in the air. Third and final, at $370,000. As I scan the room, I check the room just one last time. Are we all done? Out, silent, giving you fair opportunity, fair chance, Mark. I've spoken today by not speaking much at all. At $370,000, we simply pass the property back into your very capable hands. We're worth more than $370,000 here in Pierre Street. If you do have interest in this opportunity, I suggest you make a beeline for Mark. He'll be able to assist you in your homework moving forward in Pierre Street. I'm going to hand over to Christopher Kennedy, and you're going to head to Memorial Ave, aren't you, Chris?
Christopher, God,
Christopher, very official today.
I only get called that by my mother, and that's generally when I'm in trouble.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A real privilege to be back up here representing our owners. But I do remind you, if you've just joined us, we work under confidential reserve prices. They shall not be disclosed to the bidders, but subject to those reserve prices being reached or breached, the highest bidder whose bid we accept shall be the purchaser. As your auctioneers, we'll nominate the sum by which bidding can be raised. We can refuse a bid should we deem it not to be in the best interest of our owners. I, or the auctioneers that I work alongside, are the only parties that have the exclusive rights to bid on behalf of our owners. And be assured, ladies and gentlemen, if we do place a bid, it'll be well south of the reserve price. We'll clearly identify it with terminology such as vendor bid. If a dispute arises concerning any bid, we'll simply determine that dispute, or we'll re-offer the property at the last undisputed bid. Now, our owners, they reserve the right to withdraw the property from sale before it's sold and without declaring the reserve price. What that means is if we don't reach our reserve, we're simply going to pause. Have a conversation with the highest bidder. From those conversations, we'll come back. We'll announce one of several things that our buyers or sellers may or may not have altered their instructions. Our sellers may or may not be on the market. Or in fact, our sellers have exercised their right. They've withdrawn the property under 2.6 and they've sold it outside the room. Doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time. If you wish to be spoken to, you need to hold that highest bid. Now, should the hammer fall in your favour, you'll be required to sign the memorandum recording the sale. In other words, the contract. Pay a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price and complete the GST information in Schedule 1. They are the rules in which you bid and buy for today, buyers. Cash and unconditional is your bidding. Good luck, bid well, bid strong, and I do applaud you for coming along this morning. I welcome to the front of the room Michelle Fu, Cameron Bailey and Lou Ding. They've been your tour guides to ownership, and we talk about the driveway of due diligence, and it's a beautiful long driveway to this. A wonderful, wonderful offering here at number 12C Memorial Avenue. Are you all set to go?
Yeah.
Good luck to you, and of course, good luck to our wonderful, wonderful owners. The postie knows this, though. It's number 12C Memorial Avenue, Fendleton postcode, that's 8053. We're on a freehold parcel of land, some 538 square metres. You'll find that on Lot 3, deposited plan, 554593. It's contained and described in Certificate of Title, folio 964409 of the Canterbury Land Registry. You're bidding today, GST inclusive. So what you bid is what you pay. Large, concise chattels list. I'm not going to go through that. We'll take that as being read and understood. We also take that you've read and understood clauses 23 through 24. You bid, you buy on that basis. And as we've said all day, buyers, cash and unconditional is your bidding. Possession, settlement, gee, you're set for a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, because possession and settlement is set down for the 9th of December 2022 or any other such date that may have been mutually agreed upon in writing. I'm going to take you back to 12C. I'm just going to take you back one last time, because I'd have to say I think this 12C, it's subtle, it's elegant, it's bold and beautifully finished. The entrance, gee, it just exudes quality, and when you wander through, you get a sense of pride, a sense of quality, but a sense of class as we walk through this home. Beautiful living. I love the mix of formal and informal, all on that ground level, and of course that kitchen, gee, that's the centerpiece. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a call from My Kitchen Rules. They'll want to use this one because it is just simply fabulous. Bedroom downstairs giving you options, so you don't have to go up the beautiful hung staircase. Upstairs, magical bathroom, another living space, and of course another array of bedrooms. We would suggest a plethora of bedrooms. It really is just a wonderful offering. This is a beautiful opportunity in a stunning location, and I know you've got tremendous neighbours. I know the neighbourhood is just fabulous. I know them personally. It really is a cracking good opportunity and a cracking good location. You'll be able to leave the car at home and walk to the supermarket. Buyers, my instruction, open the bidding at $1,600,000, and I'll look for 50 from there. 1.6 on a vendor bid. Well, that worked. I'm all excited. Wonderful, wonderful offering, beautiful wooden floors. I love the outdoor area, easy flow out there to capture all of that northwest sun. Cracking good location. 1.6 on the vendor bid buys. I look for 1.650. Surely, should be more hands in the air than a bank robbery. At 1.6 with me, 650 with you, Cam, at 1,650,000. There's the bid now at 1,650,000 called now, 1,650,000. Who bids me 1.7 at $1,650,000? Beautiful offering, wonderful opportunity at 1,650. First call. Bidding soon? No, sorry, I just caught your hand moving. Thought you were bidding. You shouldn't be scratching. But I've never sold anything that somebody didn't want to buy it at 1,650,000. Second, the smile tells me you'd like to own it. Third call at 1,650,000. Well, look, I'm not going to make a mockery of this at 1,650,000. If there's no further bidding, I'd simply pause with you. We offer you an opportunity outside of the room. Pausing at 1,650,000 with you now, 1,650,000. Cam and Michelle will find you a room out the back. We'll offer you an opportunity.
Let us keep moving forward in our program today. Opportunity number 9 is 2 Levinge Lane in Hill Morton. Debbie Soper just standing alongside me. She's been our lead agent, our properties ambassador, representing our lovely owners here at number 2 Levinge Lane. This is a beautiful home. Had the privilege of visiting in recent weeks. Let me take you through the formalities of this one. The legal fraternity look at it a little more formally than you or I. They describe it as being an estate in freehold. A generous parcel of land, 781 squares of that freehold of land. Lot 43 deposit of plan is 394814, which is all very ably outlined in your certificate of title that Debbie has been making available to you. The 16th of December is the conjoined settlement possession date, so that's a nice early Christmas present. You get to move in and be in for Christmas. Schedule 2 outlines the list of chattels. Your further terms, clauses 23 through to 25, your bidding is based on that information, and of course your bidding, as Chris alluded to a few minutes ago, is cash and unconditional in all respects. As I said, I popped through Levinge Lane a couple of weeks ago now, I think it was, and what I loved most about this one was the position and the situation here at number 2. Firstly, that you're surrounded by other lovely homes, and lovely homes are always owned by lovely people, so you get to make friends with the residents nearby. Nice and private little laneway to call home. The aspect is what I love so much. It's northwest in its aspect out towards the rear, so that's the place that you get to enjoy perhaps a little lemonade in the afternoon or something a little bit more punchy than that. That's your choice once you call this one home. The home itself, 230 square metres, so it's a very nicely sized home, I think. Plenty of spaces for all of the faces with this one. Multitude of bedrooms on offer. You might see it as a 4-bedroom, potentially 5, depending on your situation and requirements. But as I said, plenty of space for everyone in the farm now. Folks, what I'm going to do today is open up the bidding. I'm going to place a vendor bid at $900,000, and I'm going to chase $20,000 in the room. I'm looking for 920. 920 straight out of the starting box. Nice to see you, Marilyn, and good luck to you. Working with a bidder on the telephone by the looks of things. And $920,000 quickly underway as I chase down another 20 to go for the first time. At 920 with my starter for the second time. Gorgeous setting here. A privilege to call this one home, I would have thought. Third chance, final opportunity at $920,000. Well, Marilyn, I place a vendor, but no surprises in terms of value. 940 back with me, representing our owners. Come back at 960, but don't ever let me limit you. Perhaps $1 million has got a better ring.
9.5.
Ambitious. I'll politely say no, and let's work at 950 together. Let's just make it round and easy at $950,000. 950, there we go. Good to work with like-minded people at $950,000. If you're cash and unconditional, now's the time to introduce yourself to me. I put you on notice once. Second call at 950.
Another 5.
Another 5, there we go. Incremental improvements at 955. Appreciate the bid at 9, 5 and 5. Welcome in any other participation at any stage. Doesn't have to be a spectator sport here in the auction rooms at 955,000. Looking for an increase. Perhaps someone's got a nice $10,000. They could prop her up, put forward, but at 955 I have. Once called. At 955. Keep working with your buyers, Marilyn. Don't have instructions at these low levels at 955. An absolute bargain buying here. Twice. At 955. Third and final at 955. Well, look, I don't have instructions, Marilyn. We're just going to take a pause. Let's find some space in the back rooms. We'll offer your clients an opportunity to own the home at number 2 Levinge Lane. Pausing at 955. Thank you, Chris, and good luck, Marilyn.
Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I take you now to 36 Frederick Street in Waltham. Brought to the market by Andrew Swift and Melena Bartlett. All ready to go, team? Wonderful. Formerly described as an estate and freehold, comprised of some 746 square metres on Lot 2, all contained and described on the record of title that Andrew and Melena have made readily available to you. Settlement is set down for Thursday the 15th of December 2022 or any other date that has been mutually agreed in writing with our owner. Now I take it that you have read and understood terms 23 through to 26. You bid, you buy on that basis. And I take it that you have read the list of chattels that Melena and Andrew have made available to you. I don't see any changes, but I will note that you're going to gain 3 heat pumps, a pellet fire, heat transfer system, a heat light fan combo ×2, as well as the 2 old fireplaces. So you will have the hottest house in Canterbury if you purchase. Let's take a last look at this old girl. Well, if this was a car, it'd be a classic. If it was an item of furniture, it would be a collector's item. She is charming from the moment you walk in. I went through the back door and was greeted by this gorgeous daisy linoleum in the laundry. And then you go into the kitchen and greeted by the orange countertops, the Calvinator fridge and freezer combo. I think if you do your negotiations right, they may even be able to be thrown in. Then into the dining room with a psychedelic dining room carpet. And then the bathroom for me, the main bathroom, is absolutely gorgeous with the pink vanity and the pink super tub. It gives me vibes of my old Aunt Fran's house. I went out into the garden. There was exactly what I expected to be there: rhubarb, asparagus, the grapevine growing through the glass house. I could almost smell the nicotine and the constant insults of my Aunt Fran just coming from the house because it took me back to my childhood. This home has been lived in for 33 years. This is a home that you buy and you're going to settle in and not want to move from because it's so charming. Considering her age, it's amazing that you've got 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms to go from. You've got your multiple sheds, your carport, your garage. That's definitely a garage that homebrew is brewed in by the looks of it, just like my great uncle used to do. I simply open the bidding for your chance at this gorgeous, charming old girl at $450,000. Just let that sink in. That's an incredibly appealing price. First time at $450,000, looking for $25,000 on the rise. Shouldn't hesitate for this substantial section. If retro isn't your vibe, you could start again and knock it down and develop the site. Don't know how many units, at least 1. Second time, third time at $450,000, or happily advance to $475,000. She's worth more than that. 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, no hesitation. First, second, third time. Looks for $25,000 on the rise. Otherwise, I'll advance to $500,000. No hesitation on that. When you stand in the backyard, you know that that's a backyard for backyard cricket. Knock the ball straight through the neighbour's window and bloody run for it. That's the sort of home. It's where you're going to raise your family. I advance to $500,000 on a vendor bid. First, second, third time. Happy to take 10 on top. 10 on top to get you. It's clearly worth more than that. Well, I advance to $510,000. It's my final vendor bid. Otherwise, I pass back to Andrew and Melena. I know that there's conditional interest, so if you're not acting now, you're going to be in competition in 20 minutes. First, second, third, and final. Well, Melena, I think I'm passing back to you and Andrew. I wish you luck for you and your owners, and I wish you well. Get in touch quickly. There is an offer that's going to be written up. Thank you, passed in, and good luck.
Right, team, let us push forward. We push forward to 20 Wilton Crescent in Bishopdale. Christine Flynn, she's been our lead agent, or your lead agent, representing our lovely owners, our decision makers here today at number 20. Christine, good luck to you, and good luck to our owners that we represent here at number 20 Wilton Crescent. I'll take you through the formalities of this one. Today you secure a freehold parcel of land. You secure 612 square metres of that freehold parcel. Lot 139, deposited plan 20471, which is all outlined in that certificate of title that Christine's been making very much available to each and every one of you. The settlement date, well, you need to refer to the further terms of sale around the information there in clause 24, but I note clauses 23 through to 25. You would have read and understood all of that information there towards the rear of the agreement, and you understand that your bidding is based on that information and that it is cash and unconditional in all respects. Schedule 2, that outlines the list of chattels that you receive by way of your purchase price. And all we require from you today is 10% of that purchase price when the hammer falls in your direction. 20 Wilton Crescent, 63 years of ownership here within the family. Well, that defies the traditional 7-year itch, approximately, or in fact, exactly 9 times over if my maths is any good. And it's no surprises because it's good real estate to own this one. It's that classic brick and tile real estate that's always a good bet, especially when it's in a location such as Bishopdale. This one's currently set up as a 2-bedroom home. Once upon a time, when the kids grew up in this one, it was a 3-bedroom home, and so it can easily be put back into a 3-bedroom home, should that be your vision or your requirements for this one at number 20. Look, in terms of the inside, yes, it's a little bit original, so it's the opposite of any of my jokes. There is some work to be done here of this one, but look, at the same time, it is absolutely livable and tidy and clean in every respect. So you can just simply secure this one today, move in, and then work out your plan and your vision moving forward. No matter your situation or position or motivation, potentially, the fact that you've got Burnside High School zoning, that's your icing on the cake. That just confirms once again that this is really good real estate. Folks, I'm going to stop talking and start listening. Now's the time for you to put forward your opening bids or offers. Who'd like to start? Perhaps who'd like to finish? Can we do it in one bid? Doesn't happen often that way. Tell me where you're comfortable to start. A little bit more than that, folks. Remember, this is an auction room, not a library. Perhaps there's 480 somewhere in the room. Should be really easy at 480. Brick construction, freehold land in Bishopdale, Burnside High School zone. Makes sense to me. I'll place a vendor bid then to represent our decision makers, our owners, at $480,000. Nice and comfortable place to start. Should be easy for you to put your hand up at $500,000 or more. Don't ever let us auctioneers limit you. If you see value north of there, happy to work with you. First chance, however, on that vendor bid at $480,000. Looking for 20 to go. Twice. Won't sell you the home at 500, but we can certainly have a conversation. Third chance, final call. $480,000 on my one and only vendor bid today, folks. Not standing here vendor bidding all day long. Clearly worth more than $480,000, Christine. What I do is I pass the property back into your capable hands. I do have an announcement to make. Our owners have priced the property to sell at a very sharp $537,000. Rather specific, but I think it's a very good price at $537,000. So Christine, I'm sure that your phone and email will be very, very busy over the coming hours and days. Good luck to you. All the best to our decision makers that we represent here. I'm sure that Christine will be putting the sold sticker up with your help very, very soon. Passing in and priced at $537,000. folks, thank you once again for your patience. We are about to move forward to 54 Brookwater Avenue in Northwood. We're just waiting on Mr. Cameron Bailey, who's tied up with negotiation on Memorial Avenue. So what we do, just to keep the day moving forward, is we'll jump forward to our 13th annual program, 2/70 Bishop Street in St Albans. Pedro Park and Marco Lachlan have been the two gentlemen representing this property, meeting and greeting you in recent weeks. Good luck to the both of you. I'll take you through the formalities of this one. All of the information is outlined here in the auction agreement that Pedro and Mark has been making readily available to you. It's an estate and stratum in a leasehold. All of the information outlined and detailed here with this one. Thursday the 8th of December of this year is the conjoined settlement and possession date. Schedule 2 outlines the list of chattels. Further terms of sale, nice and easy here, just clause 23 to note. And your bidding today, as per usual, is cash and unconditional in all respects. To me, it's the location, I think, that makes the most sense with this one. It makes Bishop Street an absolute winner. Overwhelmingly convenient in my eyes because you are so close to the convenience of the CBD. You've got the Edgware Village nice and close as well. So all of the amenities, all of the chores, the weekend, the boring stuff in life that we all need to take care of, that's all a big tick. And also the fun of the city awaits you because it's just a hop, skip and a jump away. I love the well-positioned outdoor space with this one. It's nicely situated in position to take in the big yellow in the sky. Whilst upstairs, the two bedrooms I think are very well proportioned. So certainly good flexibility there on the bedroom front. Potentially, folks, this is a bulk hold for you. Maybe it's a place to call home for the long term. Maybe it's a savvy investment to add to the portfolio or perhaps to start that portfolio. Whatever your choice is, this is a good one. This is an absolute winner. We just need to work out its value here today in the Harcourts Gold auction room. Where do we start? Tell me what you'd love to know. Let's see if we can work together. Everyone takes an overwhelming interest in their shoelaces for the light fittings at this moment, avoiding eye contact with the auctioneer at all costs. Well, I'll give you some guidance, a suggestion. Perhaps 560 makes sense to you. Nice, comfortable, easy place to start. To enter the fray, commence the discussion, the debate for ownership. 560? Oh, very good. I place a vendor bid on behalf of my lovely owner at $560,000. Very clear in terms of value, it's north of there, but it's a good place to start at 560. But I welcome you in at $580,000. First chance, I put you on notice of that vendor bid at $560,000. Twice. An ultimate chance at $560,000. I'll take an optimistic $10,000 if there's any in the room. Third and final time, so close to the city, you can leave the car in the garage, you'll be walking, cycling and Ubering into the city. Save on petrol costs. Third chance, final chance at $560,000. Done, silent, out. Very good, you've had your chance, you've had your time. Mark and Pedro, we pass the property back to your capable hands. I have an asking price to announce today of $625,000 or 5/8 of $1,000,000 if that's how you prefer it. Most will prefer 625, won't they, Sandra? At 625,000 asking price. You can buy it today, sharply priced at 625. Pedro, Mark, with that asking price, I'm sure you'll be busy, so good luck in the coming days with this one. Priced at 625, and I think we're going to be ready to head back in our program now to Brookwater.
Folks, before we move on to Brookwater today, I take you back to 12C Memorial Ave. We left the room with a bid at 1,650,000. We paused at that to negotiate outside the room. There has been an increase to 1,850,000. Clearly our owner sees value above that level, and we're simply not selling at that today. We'll simply pass the property in. I will call it away 3 times. If you have interest, please raise your hand and identify yourselves to us now. 1,850,000. First call, for the want of even 5,000 to put your nose in front. Second call, 1.850. Third final call. Well, we've simply passed the property and hand it back to you, Ken, for negotiations to continue. Thank you. Good luck to our owner. We'll move straight on to 54 Brookwater Ave, so you've been very patient. It's brought to the market by Cameron Bailey and Brendan Hart. We're all good to go, guys? Lovely. I think so. It's a freehold parcel of some 522 square metres, more or less, on lot 36, deposited plan 422136, and that's all contained in that certificate of title 485167 that the guys have been putting through to your inbox over the past few weeks. Well, Schedule 2 contains those chattels. They haven't changed the original draft, and we take you read and understood clauses 23 to 24, and we remind you that your bidding is cash and unconditional today. Settlement date is the 24th of February 2023, not that far away, or other such date you may have already arranged with our lovely owners. When I drove up to the property last weekend, I thought what a lovely family home. It sits proudly on its corner site with curbside appeal that just simply entices you inside. Once inside, it offers stylish, immaculate and contemporary living with great spaces. I love the open plan nature of that kitchen, dining, family area, and also love the fact there's an expansive separate lounge to house those extras when needed, or for a more formal occasion. Those 4 bedrooms, will they equally cater for family or guests, whatever your desire, and the master not only boasts a beautiful ensuite, but also what I particularly liked was the gorgeous window framing views to those flowering rhododendrons. Immaculate must be our owner's middle name as the theme continues to that garden. The outdoor options are plentiful, private, landscaped, and they provide choices as to where you choose to sit for that, in my case, much needed gin and tonic. Well appointed for chattels, including heat pumps and ducted heating, this truly has a lot of home to offer. Now, 54 Brookwater Avenue, it will only make your eyes water with delight when you move in here, folks. My instructions are to open the bidding at $700,000. Now look for your rise and perhaps 20 from there. But don't let me limit you. Is there 720 anywhere in the room? It's not TV, folks, it's interactive. Now's your time. And 20 we have. Welcome, ma'am. My starter's off and my finisher. Good luck to you. 720,000 we now have. Any further advance from that? Welcome anyone in. 720, the bid's just here in front. First call at 720. Second. Third call. Well, I simply advance the bid on a vendor bid to 740. I come straight back and looking for 760 with our lady in the front. 740, the bid is with me. Be steely in your resolve. This is the way to buy property. Cash unconditional today in the room. 740,020 on top puts us to 760. 760,000. You're holding the bid, ma'am. We see no further bidding. I'll simply pause and we'll have discussions with our one bidder here outside the room. 760,000. First call. Not ruling anyone out at the stage. Welcome anyone in. Second call. 760. Third final call. Oh, ma'am, we'll simply pause and have a discussion with you both outside the room. Look forward to hearing some advancements later. Good luck, Ken. Good luck to our owners. Pause on a live bid at 760.
Folks, thank you very much for your patience. An update for you on 2 Levinge Lane, number 9 in your programs. We paused with our highest bidder quite some time ago at $955,000. We've had some robust but very, very positive conversations, Chris, in the background. My understanding is that our owners have exercised their right under clause 2.6 in the contract, and they have withdrawn Levinge Lane from the auction room and sold it outside of the room. So once again, congratulations to all parties involved. And Chris, you're going to take the rostrum.
I am. We won't put music on. We'll just carry straight through. Thank you, Mark. Just to keep everybody going. Apologies for the delay in proceedings, folks. Big decisions being made, obviously, both inside the room and outside of the room. Need to be mindful that we give all parties that given time to make those decisions. I move through our campaign. I go to item number 14, proudly brought to the market by Mark Wong and Joanna Gu. They've filled all of your inboxes with the relevant information to enable you to be here today to bid and buy on this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful offering. Mark, Joanna, all set to go? Good luck to you both. Nice to be working alongside you, and good luck to our wonderful, wonderful owners. The property we offer you today, buyers, is number 10 Dellwood Drive, Wigram in Christchurch. Now, this is a freehold parcel of land, some 750 square metres. A beautiful site. Lot 53, deposit plan 453216. You'll find that contained and described on Certificate of Title, folio 580213 of the Canterbury Land Registry. You're bidding today, that's GST inclusive, as it has been all day. No change to the chattels. Of course, we offer you a vacant parcel of land, so no real chattels with that. We take that you've read clauses 23 through 24. You bid, you buy on that basis, and as we've said all day, cash and unconditional is your bidding. Possession and settlement. One of the same, set down for the 8th of December 2022, or any other such date that may have been mutually agreed upon in writing, offering you a wonderful opportunity to start the planning, the developing, the consenting prior to Christmas, so that you charge through into the new year with a beautiful opportunity on a beautiful site. They say that the best investment on earth is, ironically, earth itself. And today we offer you that some 750 square metres. I'd have to say that this is a opportunity, not an opportunity, because it's vacant land and it offers up just a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. 750 square metres of pancake flat land offers you the opportunity to develop, to build, to make your dream come true. I love the fact that we sit on a corner side, a northwest aspect, a lively stroll to the landing, I might add. The landing, that up-and-coming commercial space that you see in Wigram. Of course, you can wander down there on a lively stroll to Black White Cartel, pick yourself up a long black and a date's gone, all for under $10. It really is a wonderful opportunity. That'll become your regular. You'll be down there for breakfast, perhaps lunch, and maybe dinner. Mark Twain said, buy land. They're not making any more of it. Get involved. That's what he said. Ladies and gentlemen, my instructions, open the bidding at $460,000. I'll look for 20 on the riots from there at 460. Is there 80 in the room anywhere at $460,000, 750 squares? 460. I look for a bit of 20. $460,000 buyers. 460. That's vendor bid. First call at 460. Great opportunity. Pancake flat, 750 squares. Second call at $460,000. Invite your interest from here at 460. Third call at 460. Invite your interest soon. Understand you're here to buy, we're here to sell. 460 on a vendor bid. If you bid me 480, we'll stop and have a conversation perhaps. Won't sell it to you, but happy to have a conversation outside of the room. At 460 on a vendor bid. Couldn't sell it to you, wouldn't sell it to you, and shouldn't sell it to you at 460. But happy to stop and have a conversation at 480. 480, thank you, sir, at $480,000. Welcome to the bidding at 480. $480,000, that's the bid. Not going to play games at 480. There's no further bidding. I'm simply going to pause, have a conversation with my new best friend at $480,000. First call, second, third at 480. I'm going to pause with you, sir. I'm going to find some space out the back. Offer you an opportunity to purchase. Options paused at $480,000 and still live. We'll put some bidding music on to help you all get in the mood.
Folks, just before we move on to Caulfield Avenue, we're going to take you back to 54 Brookwater Ave. We left the room at the bid at 760,000. In negotiations outside the room, there was an increase to 905,000. Owners say no, not for sale, see value at a higher level than that. We're simply going to pass the property in at that level should there be no higher bid. So now's the time, folks. I'll call it 3 times. If you've got any interest at all above 905, whether it be a mere $1,000, please identify yourselves now. Calling it away once, twice at 905,000. For the want of a better bid, we're going to pass it in, hand it back to the team. Third, final call. We pass it in, hand it back to Cameron, Bailey and Brendan Hart to work their magic. But I do have an announcement to make. We are pricing the property today. The price is going on it now of $949,000. If you've got interest at that level, please avail yourselves of these wonderful agents and they'll get you into a home very quickly. Good luck to our sellers going forward. Right, we'll move straight into 36 Caulfield Ave. That's proudly brought to the market by Anthony Dean. We're all good to go, Anthony. I take it that he's got the owner on the phone. He's all good. 36 Caulfield Ave is in Horseville, and as we offer you a freehold parcel consisting of 2 lots, Lot 8 and Lot 20, of some 164 square metres and a 9th share of 408 square metres on deposit plan 474354, all contained and identified in that certificate of title 650577. Further terms of sale, it contains a clause 23, which we take you've read and understood, and all the chattels are laid out in Schedule 2 of that same agreement. I remind you, cash and unconditional is your bidding today. Thursday, the 8th of December, well, that's when you move in. You're in by Christmas, and it couldn't be better timing. Let's just take one last look at 36 Caulfield. What a great lock-up and leave property we have here. Now, when I visited last weekend, I was surprised at just how deceptive this property is from the street. As once you're inside, you're surrounded with great space, not only downstairs, but also upstairs. You'll be very imaginative in the kitchen with your culinary skills, because standing at your kitchen bench, an outlook to the green views opposite, you will only help get those creative juices flowing. Sunny lounge with those bifolds that simply open to a north-facing courtyard. You'll be toasty in winter though, with underfloor heating and heat pumps ensuring your comfort. Now, I love that the guests and convenience haven't been forgotten with that well-placed downstairs powder room. The second level houses 3 double bedrooms along with 2 bathrooms, meaning that morning rush, well, that will be non-existent. And for those who like to have office space, you haven't been forgotten. And the landing upstairs is a wonderful area that's just made for office desks for you to sit there and work in silence. Walk to local bars, cafes, medical centre and more, all at your fingertips and just a stone's throw away. Time to hedge your bets, folks. It's not the Caulfield Cup, but 36 Caulfield Avenue offers you every opportunity to win here. I look for your opening bid or offer. Not a library, need your participation, time for me to be quiet and you to take part. Or perhaps you need a bit of a guide from me. Is there 580, shall we say, anywhere in the room?
600.
600. Well, sorry to insult you, Phil. Welcome to the bidding. 600,000 we have, and we have an auction underway. 600,000. We look for 20, move it north, but don't let me limit you. You say them and I'll count them. 600,000 now bid. First call at 600,000. It says 620 anywhere in the room. Second,
20.
and 620 we have. Thank you, Phil. Working with me, 620,000. She's a cracker, folks. She'll be in by Christmas. Welcome anyone else in. 620. Is there 640, Phil? You'll come back at 640 surely at these levels. 640 on the nod we have. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate your buyer's contribution. 640,000 now. Any hesitation just brings about regret, guys. I'd invite you in at any stage. 640,000, the bidders down the back. One bidder at this stage. Perhaps rise it to 660. Is there 660, Phil? Perhaps. 650 cuts me short, not quite what I was looking for, but more than I had. 650,000 now at 6.5. Great lock up and leave property, guys. Wonderful opportunity. Management team are working hard, negotiating down the back at 650,000 on a live bid. Invite you all in. Is there 10,000 anywhere from anyone else? One man race at this stage. Walk to local bars, cafes. I love that. 5 minutes down the road, you can pop down for a wee Sav or a Pinot Gris. Medical centre right there for any emergencies. Don't think there'll be many in this property. It's a lovely dwelling. 650.
660.
660. Chris Kennedy's favourite Dunedin band. 660,000 now bid. Not quite the level we can sell. We look for your increase, Bill, perhaps. Is there another 10 in the room anywhere? 660,000. Big decisions being made, folks. People need time. I book out my whole Thursday. I have plenty of time. Here for you, help you secure property. I've got a buyer on the phone, a seller on the phone, so all working remotely today. 660,000 now. Overseas owners bring a very real opportunity. Yeah, they're still working. You know any good jokes, Dan?
I haven't got any. I'm dry.
Oh, hey, I was relying on you. Mr. Adlib. 660,000, that's music to your ears, that number. Team working very hard. Not quite to the level that I can sell at, but I'm awaiting instructions. Things are looking brighter outside. We've got some sunshine.
I'm seeing nodding heads though. That's a good sign.
It is good, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Big decisions. We respect that.
665.
665. Thank you, Phil. Increase that. Appreciate that increase. 665,000 now bid. Our overseas owners are considering, contemplating, cash and unconditional. $665,000. That would be great winnings if it was a Caulfield Cup, wouldn't it? Caulfield Ave, not quite the cup, but 665,000. What are we doing?
I'm clutching the board. I'm very tense. Very exciting watching the live process.
It is, isn't it? It's 665, guys. What are the instructions? Just asking for a little bit more. It's like being at the dentist, pulling teeth.
Jane's definitely getting her 10,000 steps.
Yes, she is, but it's a lot less painful. 670. Thank you, Phil. Well done to you. And we're on the market and selling, folks. We have the instructions. You heard it well and clear. 670,000. We sell away for the want of a better bit. I'll call it away 3 times. Once. Twice. 670,000. Is there $1,000 anywhere in the room? Third final call. Well, hold tight, Phil. You may have done it. Well done. You've hedged your bets. Your lucky buyer has purchased 36 Caulfield Avenue. It is going, and it is sold. Congratulations to our offshore sellers and congratulations to our buyers. I'm sure they'll be very happy here. Well done to the team. Good work.
All right, folks, we actually moved back in our catalogue, or we're now able to move forward. 49A Ambleside Drive in Burnside, Cameron Bailey, Brendan Hart. Busy day for these gentlemen. They put up bubble-free sold stickers because they do it on a regular basis. They are well practiced at putting up those sold stickers. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck to our owners that we represent here in Ambleside Drive. Today you gain this property in Ambleside Drive. It's an estate in Stratum in freehold. Unit A and accessory Unit A1, all outlined in that certificate of title that the team have been making available to you. Settlement date, nice and easy. This one, just 10 working days from the date of this agreement. Schedule 2 outlines a neat and concise list of chattels. Your further terms, clauses 23 through to 25. Your bidding is cash and unconditional, as it is with all of our auctions here in the Harcourts Gold auction rooms. Let me take you back to Ambleside Drive for the very last time. I think this is an absolute honey of a home and what is a really good street, a quality location here in Ambleside Drive. It's as neat as a pin. There's really good spaces throughout. Very, very livable and tidy as it is. And plenty of upside and scope, and they're always words that you like to hear when it comes to real estate. Always good to see potential in a home, potentially the place or the spaces to add some value as you enjoy your tenureship here. The heat pump and the log burner, they'll ensure that you are cool when it's hot, and you'll be nice and warm when it's not as well. So good balance there in terms of the heating, that's always good. Whilst the big win on this one has got to be the zoning for Burnside High School. That always underpins the quality that you gain here. Folks, what I'm going to do today is make it really easy. I place a vendor bid on behalf of my lovely owners at $400,000, a nice easy place to start. I look for a bid of $420 in the room. $420. Why wouldn't you have a go, and good luck at $420,000. Nice place to start. All the very best. We hope to see you at the end at $420,000. Let's move in the 20s from here. $440 in the room. Burnside High School zoning. Got its own garage as well. One of two. Quality neighbours, I understand, just at the rear. So I'm led to believe. First chance at $420 with my starters. Twice as I count it down. Third final at $420,000. Well, folks, back with me. I'm going to place a vendor bid at $440,000. You come back at $460. That's what I need. Oh, I'm at $440. Better for you to bid $460. $460. There we go. Good to work with like-minded people at $460,000. It may just be you and I today. If that's the case, I scan the room, I check the room, I put you on notice for the first time. Otherwise, we pause and have a conversation with our starting bidders. Twice. Quick one chance at $460,000 with you. You hold the bid ready. Let's just pause. We'll find some space for our bidders. We'll have a chat with our owners and present an opportunity for you to own Ambleside Drive very, very soon. So pausing at $460.
and gentlemen, welcome back. I bring you an update on an auction that we called some time earlier this morning. I take you back to number 10 Dellwood Drive in the heart of Wigram. Now, we paused that auction some time ago with the bid at $480,000. We've had some big discussions outside of the room. We've seen an increase in bidding to $500,000. We've had an increase to $500,000. However, not selling at $500,000. I scan the room for a bid greater than $500,000. Should I not see that, I simply pass the property back in and we deal with all interest outside of the room. So $500,000 is an increase, so I simply pass. First call at $500,000. Second, third call then at $500,000. Done, silent, had its time at $500,000. Well, look, I'm going to pass number 10 Dellwood Drive in Wigram back to Mark Wong and Joanna Good. They'll deal with all the interest outside of the room. If you do have any interest in this wonderful parcel of some 750 square metres of freehold land, avail yourself upon Mark or Joanna. I'm sure they'll help you purchase, and I'm sure they'll give you all the relevant information to give you the confidence to do that. Passing number 10 Dellwood Drive back in.
For you, number 17 in your programs is number 20, Kitiroa Place up in Cashmere. That was due to be called today. There has been a decision made that we're not going to call that auction today. We have just moved forward in our process, and we've actually priced that property straight away this morning at $2,099,000. So Kitiroa is certainly available. You can buy it today at $2,099,000. Mr. Cameron Bailey would be the gentleman that you need to discuss or talk to regarding your interest in that one up on the hill there in Cashmere. It is a lovely home and a lovely position. We now move forward, I hope. Louis, we're all set to go, or we might just, we'll just grab Jack. I thought I saw him coming just a moment ago, but being a racing car driver in a former life, he's pretty quick. All right, let's put some music on, Kat, and we'll come back shortly. Folks, thank you for your patience. We're all set to go now here at 2-1, the Brae in Mount Pleasant. Jack Milligan, Louis McFadden have been the two superstars representing this opportunity, this parcel of land, and looking after our owners at the same time. So certainly good luck to all involved with this one. Today you gain 2-1, the Brae, as I just mentioned, in Mount Pleasant. It is an estate in cross lease. All of the information, the pertinent information, is outlined in that certificate of title that you would have been reviewing long into the night, because Jack and Louis have been making that available to you. Settlement date, it's really not too long to wait with this one, just the 10 working days from the date of this agreement, i.e. being today, should we sell under the hammer, or any other such date that has been mutually agreed upon in writing. Schedule 2 would normally outline the list of chattels, rather limited when it comes to parcels of land, so don't expect to see too many chattels with this one. Further terms of sale, once again, nice and easy because it's just there at clause 23 towards the rear of the agreement. So I think Mount Pleasant is possibly one of the better described suburbs or locations here in the Garden City because it is exactly that. It is rather pleasant. It's a beautiful place to call home, and I know those aquaholics out there that love getting on the water, or you love the location and the lifestyle for that, those that love running and cycling in the hills, you've got a playground effectively in front of you and also behind you in terms of the access to the great outdoors. I love the slight elevation to this one. It means that you enjoy glimpses, you enjoy a perspective that I enjoy at my height by living in this location. Yet at the same time, access back to the flat is nice and easy, so certainly no issues around access with this one. This is a blank canvas. Potentially this is your answers to your dream home, your future home that you've been wishing to build and create for you and the whānau. Here's the platform to do it, folks. These opportunities don't come along too often. I'm going to stop talking. I'm looking for opening bid or offer. What makes sense to you in terms of the dollars? Throw a number at me. See if we can be friends. Where do you see value? What's it worth to you? This moment's always a little ironic because the first bid very seldom ever buys a home. Standoffish crowd, never my favourite. Is there $340,000 somewhere in the room? How does that feel? Merely a suggestion. Now's your time, folks. Been on the market 3.5 weeks. Ellie, was that a bit? No.
Making point on something.
Oh, were you? Well, gestures are important. Always help at that point. Who'd like to gesture a bid my way? Make a point with an opening bid or offer. I'm in your hands. 250. Love your optimism. Clearly woke up on the optimistic side of bed. Look, I'll work with you because I'm in a wonderful mood today. It's obviously not going to at $250,000, but look, it's a start nonetheless. At $250,000, where we start auctions is not the most important thing. It's where we end that is. At $250,000 with my optimistic bidders on the window. Glass is overwhelmingly full in your world. That's okay. At $250,000. Let's move forward and say 25's on the rise. Looking for 275. Nodding of the head is always a good sign and a good way to buy property. If you're cash and unconditional today, now's your chance. Now's your time. 250 I have. Looking for 25 on from here. First call at $250,000. Twice call quickly. Looking for 25 on. Third and final.
300.
300. Very good. At 300,000, we're only 40 behind from where I was intending to start. At 300,000. But that's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day.
We weren't on that.
No, we weren't, Chris. No. You remember those days well, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. Wish you got the call up. Must put a glint in my father's eye. At $300,000. $300,000. Is there 20 on from here? First call. Second chance. For Mount Pleasant folks, rare opportunity. We're just going to pause, are we? Third and final at 300 with our optimistic starters. Hey, look, what we're going to do is we can't sell. We won't sell at this level, but appreciate the bid at $300,000. We're going to pause. We're going to find some space in the back rooms for you, and our owners will present you an opportunity to own the Brae north of that level at $300,000. So appreciate your interest. Appreciate it. Folks, we now move on to our penultimate property, our penultimate opportunity in your programs. Number 19 in your catalogue. It's 105 St James Avenue in Papanui. Leanne Marriott, she's a real estate maestro, always runs a wonderful campaign. This one's been no different. Leanne, good luck to you and good luck to our lovely owner George that we represent here today. Let me steer you through the auction agreement for the last time. Today you gain quality land in this location. It's 450 square metres of that freehold parcel, which is lot 1. Deposited plan is 360249, which is all very ably and detailed in its outline in that certificate of title. The 27th of January 2023 is the conjoined settlement and possession date, unless, you have made prior arrangements in writing with our owner. Schedule 2 outlines the list of chattels that you receive by way of your purchase price and your further terms of sale. Clauses 23 and 24. I remind you, your bidding today is cash and unconditional. A mere 10% of the purchase price is what we chase down from you, should that hammer fall in your direction today. St James Ave, it is an ever picturesque location. It's always highly sought after in terms of a location to call home. People are very house proud in this street, in this location. It's just a good place to call home, and I hear that there are some wonderful people that have lived in the street either currently or in the past. This is always going to be a lovely home to pull up to at the end of the day, and once you're inside, once you step inside, those everyday living spaces will just put all the stresses of the day-to-day rush behind you. You'll just unwind and relax in this one. Love the way that the secluded outdoor living spaces are very well connected from the inside living. That flow is seamless and very, very easy. With bedrooms both upstairs and down, it once again offers flexibility. Vertical integration in terms of the after-hours accommodation is very much a certainty here. The heating, the underfloor heating, that will warm your soul, there's no doubt about that, and the soles of your feet at the same time. No needs for socks here in St James Ave. Folks, I'm going to open up things at $880,000. It makes sense at that level. It's clearly not for sale. It's worth a whole lot more at $880,000, but it's a nice place to start on a vendor bid. I look for $900,000 somewhere in the room. Don, nice to see you, my friend, at $900,000. $900,000 with Don Yee straight out of the blocks at 900,000 the bid. Keep moving things along in 20s. Excuse me, at $900,000 first floor. St James Ave, picturesque setting, great neighbours, quality homes that surround you. Second call, $900,000. If you're cash and unconditional, now is an appropriate time to introduce yourself to me. Be a phone bidder, who knows? Happy to work with phone bidders today as long as all the paperwork's taken care of. Third chance, folks, at $900,000. As I put you on notice, looking for a mere 20. Well, Don, back with me then at $920. I place a vendor, but no surprises at $920,000. Do you come back at $940, or do you just accelerate things through to $1 million? You bid? Very good. You bid. It's a good bid at $940 and $940,000. I gave you two options, $940 or $1 million. I take it you're going with the lower. That's off in the way at $940,000. But that's okay. You're back bidding ahead of my vendor bid, and that's all that you need to do. At $940,000, happy to take a 10 somewhere in the room. If you see $950, right on cue. There we go, sir. Educated at $960. But there's the counter offer, the public counter offer. There's your competition. It's not me, sir. It's just down here away from you at $960,000. Love to see you smiling in the auction room because it tells me there might be a little bit more cash in the back pocket. First, at $960 with our staff working alongside Don. $970 and $980. Goodness me, quickly back at $980. But that's the way to do it in the auction room. Gives me less time to talk, and that will be good news for many. All of us, in fact, not many, all of us. There you go, Chris. Thanks for the support. We appreciate you giving me a chance here at Harcourts, Scott, though. At $980,000. At $980 I have with Don. Sir, can I tempt you back in at $990? Or would you just square the ledger at $1 million? Easy for me to work out the deposit that way. Once at $980. Second place is a risky place to be in these auctions. You need to be in pole position first place because you get priority. We talk to you first. Second call.
$1 million.
$1 million, nicely done. That's the way to do it, at $1 million even. I put you on notice if I don't see you bidding again, or anyone else for that matter. We simply pause here with Don's client. They get the first right to buy at $1 million. First call, second chance. Third, appreciate the bidding, sir. Don, pausing with you at $1 million even. 49A Ambleside Drive in Burnside is where I take you back to now. We got through to $460,000 just a little while ago. We had an increase in the bid, I understand, through to $525,000. That's correct? Very good. Where's our bid? Here we go. 525. Bid confirmed at $525,000. And I understand on behalf of our owners that we're now on the market and selling. Very clear instructions at $525,000. There we go. At 525, folks on the market and selling. I offer you finality and your clear future moving forward. Cash and unconditional at 525. First chance, I put you on notice. I'll look for a little $2,000 anywhere in the room. Second call if you like. Third and final at 525. It looks like you've done it at 525. Congratulations, it's going your way. It's going and it's sold. Nicely done. Congratulations. Thank you to our owners for your instructions and the opportunity to represent you. And we'll just put some music on and be back with some more updates. Folks, 2/1, the Brae is just another update for you. I take you back. We did see bidding before through to $300,000. We've had an increase through to $350,000. Look, we're not at a level where we're selling today, so I do reopen the auction. I look for a bid north of 350, but if I don't see a further bid, an increase in the bid from there, I simply pass in looking for interest north of that level. First chance at 350 twice. Third and final opportunity at $350,000. Well, Louis and Jack, I just passed the property back into your capable hands, looking for interest north of that $350,000. So if you've got interest in the Brae in Mount Pleasant, go and introduce yourself to the gentleman, and they'll be only too happy to help you out and give you some assistance. Folks, we now move on to our anchor property of the day, 6A Mill Hill Lane in Hunsbury, brought to the market by Mark Wong and Yuting Yen. They've been working really hard right up to the start line to gather you here all in the room and to give you that opportunity to bid and buy. So good luck to Mark Yuting and also our decision makers that we represent here on the hill in Hunsbury. It's an estate and freehold that you gain. You gain 351 square metres more or less. Lot 2 deposit plan 301798. All outlined in your certificate of title that the team have been making available to you. Settlement date I have for the 8th of December of this year. You may have made prior arrangements in writing with our owners. Those further terms of sale are clauses 23 right down through to 33, and I note that there has been that late addition there to clause 33, just around those GST provisions based on your GST situation and registration. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, then you need to make a beeline for Mark or Uting, because they have auction agreements ready for you to have a quick look over. But my understanding is, Uting, that all interested parties have been made well and truly aware of that situation. So I thank you for that, and we certainly work to those terms. As you might expect with this opportunity, because if you've reviewed it, you'll know what I'm talking about, rather limited in terms of the included chattels that we represent or that we sell to you today. As I just alluded to, I think here in Mill Hill, it's certainly a case of what you see is what you get, and what you don't see, what you don't get, well, you have to put in there and add in as you see fit, depending on your situation and motivation. But yes, there's some work to be done, work that these office space hands would be no good at doing. The hammer I wield certainly will be no use here up in Mill Hill. But those that have skills that I don't have will see the potential and the opportunity with this one. No doubt it's all underlined by the fact that the dwelling is Warren and Mahoney designed, my understanding, back in the 90s there, so this is a good one. You're in a good location here, no doubt about it, with the school zones, and in terms of opportunities, I think your hunters over here in Huntsbury, this is the one for you. I'm going to make it nice and easy and open up things at 150,000 on a vendor bid. Do we just move forward in tens on the rise from there?
160.
160, there we go, thank you, Margaret. $160,000 underway. Who goes next at 70? First chance at 160,000. Should be easy to get the hand in the air, get the mitt up at 170 perhaps. 170, welcome in, sir. There we go. My tennis umpire today, and 180 back with you. I take it it's 90. 190, he says yes. And 200, welcome in any other interest. Doesn't have to be a two-horse race at this stage. But 200,000 I have fairly bid. First chance, sir. 210, 20 and 30, I take it, sir. 230, no reference to the dentist. At first chance at 230, however, with you. Second call, 230 I have. It's at 230. Ma'am, do you come back for another 5? 250, nice entry into the fray. Nice entry indeed, putting forward 20,000 of your own at 250. Sir, do you match that at 270, or are you happy to stick in the tens? 250, opportunity knocking. I think there's a front door, I'm not sure. First chance. Still at 250 here, looking for an increase. Second, is there 10 anywhere? Surely. 270, there we go, fight fire with fire, sir, with the 20s and 290. You started the 20s, come back at 90. We'll round me off to 300, I don't mind. What's called? At 270, where do you see value north of here?
75 marks.
On top, Jack, or 275? Okay, just checking, that's good. At 275, won't put off the other interested parties in the room with the 5, but I appreciate it nonetheless. 4 in at this stage, clearly an opportunity, and a good one at that. At 275,000, I look here and here. Another 5, very good, thank you, Mark. Nice to see you with the telephone bidder at $280,000. Do we just move in the 5s? That's fine. We'll do it slowly but surely. We'll work together at $280,000 for the first time. I call it away. Second opportunity. Would you like to bid again, Mark? You can improve your position. That's fine. Just getting ready to go. I like keen bidders. At 280, I have Jack. 285. Tell your client everyone's watching.
Yeah.
285. Now you can go, Mark. 290. You're keen before. 290. Here we go. It's back against you primarily, Jack, but the rest of the room as well. $290,000 as we tippy-toe our way towards 300,000. My suggestion, just rip straight through that number, get me through to 305. Be bold, be courageous. 290. How are we looking over this side, you team? Cool, calm and collected are the bidders. You're not giving away much. Once called. with Mark Wong's client at 290. Second chance, second opportunity. Yeah, 295. Welcome back, sir. You look well heeled. 295. Plenty of money in those cargo shorts. 295. Who gets me to 3? Take a big deep breath, be courageous, be bold. At 295. High five to you, Mark, at 300. There we go. $300,000 even. Don't hang up on me, Jack. Never a good sign. Buyer might be out. But at 300,000, the bid lies here with Mark. Sir, they often stop on round numbers. Banks love giving pre-approval to round figures like 300,000. I suggest that you test that theory. Come back at 305. No, up and down, sir, for the neck muscles far better. And you have an opportunity to own an opportunity. 300,000. First call. You on the phone, Mitch, with our decision makers today?
Yeah,
Good man. We've seen 4 or 5 bid today. We're at $300,000 here. Don't have instructions at this level. Look, is there $2,500 anywhere? Can someone unfold their arms and bid me a little 2.5, just to keep things moving along? It's at $300,000. Happy to work in your 2.5s. Bit of a stalemate. A little bit of a standoffish crowd. Look, what we're going to do is, guys, I'm going to put you on notice. I'm going to give you 3 chances to improve your position north of 300,000. Otherwise, all rights transfer to Mark Wong's buyer. Anything can happen, including withdrawing and selling the property. So if you see value north of 300, now's the time. Once called, quickly, twist. Put you on notice for the 3rd and final. At 300,000, well, Mark, don't have instructions, so we pause with your client on the telephone at 300,000, and we'll be back with an update very soon. to take you back to number 19 in our catalogue, 105 St James Avenue in Papanui, just down the road and round the corner. It's a quality location. We saw good bidding through to $1 million previously. We've had some really good conversations with our owners in the back rooms, I understand, Chris. And the conclusion of those conversations is that our owners, they've exercised their right under clause 2.6 in the contract, and they've withdrawn their home, sold it outside of the auction. So once again, congratulations there. We are on the home straight because we just have 6A Mill Hill to wrap up. So as soon as I've got an update for you, I'll be back to do exactly that. Folks, thank you very, very much for your patience. Elongated discussions taking place, but of course, big decisions to be made here in the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms. Now, we paused a little while ago with the highest bid at $300,000. We have had an increase in the bid through to $360,000. That's my understanding, Mark, at $360,000. Look, we're no change of instructions at this stage, so we're not on the market. What I do is I reopen the auction here in Mill Hill Lane. Our owners hold the property in slightly high regard than that. I do know that we're actually not very far off. So I do look for an increase, a bid north of $360,000, and we will reopen the auction. But if I don't see an increase, we'll just simply be passing in at that $360,000. I would encourage you to stay in touch with Mark and Newton if you do have interest in this one, unconditionally or conditionally perhaps. First chance, however, at $360,000. As I scan the room, is there a little 2,500 anywhere? Twice called, quickly for the third and final chance at $360,000. Done, out, silent. Well, look, I do pass the property then back into Mark and Newton. To our numerous bidders here in the room today, I do appreciate firstly your interest and secondly your good bidding earlier on. Folks, that wraps up proceedings here in the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms. 20 properties are brought to the market, and we'll see you all again next week. Enjoy your weekend.